So now we are going to start our class, and first we are going to revise the first 10 common errors. So as all of us know, the first error is made by prolonging a fatha stroke. So the rule for a fatha stroke is that do not prolong a letter which carries a fatha more than one count, second, or beat. However, sometimes people prolong it for more than 1 second, which is wrong because it changes the meaning of the word. So now I would like to ask the students here, these are the attributes of Allah, and this is also from the book Talimul-Quran, 2nd edition. So here I have highlighted meme with the vertical fatha in the attribute of Allah, Ar-Rahman, and then I have highlighted meme with fatha stroke in Al-Maliku. So I would like to ask the students, what is the difference between these two letters? Obviously, the stroke is different, but according to the rules which we have to apply on these letters, what would be the difference? So if the students can raise their hands, and can I request the ST to pick a student?
L250.
L250. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So you raised your hand. Would you like to answer the question?
Yep. It's A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. The first Ar-Rahman is ma with the meme with the vertical fatha. It means we have to prolong it for 2 counts, 2 beats. And
Yes.
the next one, Al-Maliku, is just a short vowel, and we have to just prolong it for just 1 count, 1 beat.
Yes, that's right. That's correct. So I would like to ask you, you answered really well. That's why I would like to ask you one more question. So do you know what vertical fatha, it's called long vowel in English, but it is also called
It's fatah ishbaya.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
So do you know the meaning of the word ishbaya?
Yeah, it means it's vertical mean is 2 times. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes.
the word ishbaya, it just means to stretch.
It's stretch. It's the Kaimakam is the for the Asmadi Asli.
Yeah. So the meaning of the word ishbaya is to stretch or stretching.
Yeah.
And we just stretch it for 2 seconds.
2 counts. Yeah. 2
counts or beats. Okay.
Yeah.
So before you leave, I would like you to practice some of these words. So if you can do this first line.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كتب بلغ فتح شجر صبر.
Okay, well done. That was perfect. So each of these letters are carrying a fatha stroke, and we just prolong each of these letters for 1 second count or beat.
Yep.
So the second common error is similar to the first one, except that this time it is made with a kasra stroke. So the rule is to not prolong a letter which carries a kasra more than 1 count, second, or beat.
Yep.
So I would like to request you to, if you can go through these as well.
Yes. Shariba, labitha, baladi, adina, amila.
Okay, well then, that was right. So L250, do you know, so you told me earlier about Fatha Ishbaiya.
Yep.
There are two more Ishbaiya strokes. Can you name them?
Yes, it's the two are kasra ishbaya and dhamma ishbaya.
Yes, that's right. And the same rule applies to them, to Kasra Ishbaiya and Dhamma Ishbaiya as well, which is to prolong them for 2 seconds.
For 2 counts, yeah.
So, okay, so the third common error is the same, except this time it's made around a Dhamma stroke. So the rule is to not prolong a letter which carries a Dhamma more than 1 count, second, or beat. So again, L250, I would like you to go through these words.
Yes. Fu'ila, yahabu, qutila, su'ila, jumi'a.
Okay, that is very well done. Jazakumullah, L250.
Jazakallah.
So now we are going to move on to the fourth rule, and I would like to request the ST to pick another student.
L232.
L232.
Yes, she is unmuted now.
Okay. L232, Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Can I pick another one?
Yes.
L239.
Okay.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So L239, I would like to ask you a question. I should have asked the question before.
Yes.
Let me go here. So here I have highlighted alif in the name of Allah, Ar-Rafi'u, Ya in the name Al-Latifu, and Waw in the name Ash-Shakuru.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you, do you know which rule is evident in these three letters?
Is a haruf leen?
Okay, not Hurufilin, because that is our today's lesson. It is not covered yet. This is from one of the previous lessons.
Yeah, is a we can long is a 2 second.
Yes, that's right. So the rule which we have to apply is to prolong this alif for 2 seconds, this ya for 2 seconds, and this waw for 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's
And
a jazm word.
okay, so these are called huruful mad, alif, waw, and ya, right? So that is what I was asking. These are letters of elongation, and the rule is to prolong them for 2 seconds. Okay, and they are similar to Ishbaiya strokes, because Ishbaiya strokes are also prolonged for 2 seconds, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we are going to go through common error 4. The rule is to not prolong a letter which carries a vertical fatha more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats.
Yes.
And do not prolong a letter which carries a vertical kasrah more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats. And the same rule applies to Dhamma, Ishbaiya. Do not prolong a letter which carries an inverse Dhamma more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats. So now I would like to ask you if you can go through these words.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم آدم عالم قال كلام خالق.
Okay, L239. Is that right?
Yes.
L239. Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask you to read these a little slower, and then make sure that you prolong the letters with the vertical fatha for 2 seconds. Okay? So although it was longer than 1 second, it sounds very close to a fatha stroke.
Okay.
Okay?
آدم عالم قال كلام خالق.
All right, that was much better. So now for vertical kasra.
بيده عمله.
Okay, so this ain, letter ain, it has a very prominent sound, different from alif, right? It comes from the middle of the throat. Amalihi.
عمله.
Okay, so if you keep practicing, inshallah, it will get better. So the next word.
به إيلاف هذه
That is all good. Now this one, last one, inverted dhamma.
مله.
Okay, I think you didn't see that. Can you say this word again?
It's a ملأ.
Yes.
Okay. ملأه فله كتابه يراه.
Okay, so you prolong the raw a little bit.
يره
Yarahu.
يره
Okay,
معه.
okay, that is right. Ma'ahu. Because ain, it also comes from the middle of the throat. So as for ra, because it is carrying a fatha stroke, it has a thick sound as well. If it had a kasra stroke, then it would be a thin sound. Okay, so remember that as well. All right, L239. Jazakillah. I would like to request the ST for the next student.
L211.
L211.
Yes.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So
मैं आपसे एक बात करें तो मुझे लग रहा है कि L285 का माइक ऑन नहीं है तो वो भी नहीं सुन सक रहे होंगे
can the ST please check? I'm not sure.
She didn't call by RTO.
ओके पहले मेरे साथ ये मसला था ना उनका हैंड अप है that's why
Okay. L211.
जी अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम
Wait, let me go through the errors and then I will ask you to go through the examples. So the error number 7, 8, and 9 cover huruf al-mad, and the rule for huruf al-mad is to not prolong less than or more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats if an alif, a waw, or a ya of elongation appears next to it. So if it appears next to a letter carrying a fatha stroke, then it is identified as an alif of elongation, right?
Mm.
So the rule is to prolong it for 2 seconds. Can you go through these examples?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إياك لا ريب إلا ألا قال.
Okay. So just for this last word, ha, it comes from the middle of the throat. So
هال
hala.
هال.
Okay, so keep practicing and inshallah it will get better. So error number 8. Do not prolong less than or more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats if a vowel of elongation appears next to it. So can you go through these as well? L211.
قو آمنوا ذروا كانوا كفروا.
Okay. Kafaru. Remember the ra, if it carries a fatha or a dhamma stroke, it has a thick sound. Okay?
كفروا.
Alright. And zal, it has a vibrating sound different to the letter za. Okay? So instead of zaru, zaru. Okay.
ذروا.
Alright. So error number 9. Do not prolong less than or more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats if a ya of elongation appears next to it. So if it appears next to a letter carrying a dhamma stroke. Okay.
يوحي
Carrying a kasra stroke.
يوحي.
Okay. Remember here in this letter we also have vowel of elongation. So we have to prolong both you, he for 2 seconds each. Okay.
يوحي يسر لي أمري.
Okay. Amri. The ra is not thick.
أمري ربي.
All right. Jazakillah. L211.
Okay.
So the last error which we are going to revise today is Mim Mushaddad and Noon Mushaddad. So the rule is do not pronounce Mim and Noon Mushaddad without Gunna, which is nasal sound, for less than 2 counts or beats. So that is all for the revision. Now we are going to move on to today's lesson, which is Huruf al-Lin. So there are 2 Huruf al-Lin, and they are Vaw and Ya. The rule for Huruf al-Lin is to prolong them softly for 2 seconds. And the reason why we have to prolong them softly is because lean means to ease or soften. So now we are going to look at some examples from the Holy Quran. Here. So in these examples, we have both Vaw lean and Ya lean. Okay. And the same for these words as well. So in these words, we can see both lean letters together. So how do we identify the letters, lean letters? So how do we identify a vowel or a letter ya as huruf al-leen. So both huruf al-leen have the same setting in which they should be softly prolonged. So the setting, what do we mean by setting? A vaw sakin preceded by a consonant carrying the stroke of fatha is called vaw leen, and a ya sakin preceded by a consonant carrying the stroke of fatha is called ya leen. So we can see that both of these letters, vaw and ya, they are preceded by the same stroke, which is the stroke of fatha. Now we can see this in these examples. So I would like to request all the students, I'm going to read these words to please repeat after me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yawmaini. أوحينا حولين. All right. So I hope that everyone recited these letters after me. So now I would like to request the ST to please pick a student. So for this exercise,
L224.
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 Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
So now that we have covered the rules, we are going to practice and apply the rule on this exercise. So I would like to request you to go through these one by one. So
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف A A A A Ma
okay, so a little short. Ma,
Ma Ma A Au Ba Bau Ta Tau Tha A Ai Ba Bai Ta Tai Tha.
Jazakallah, L224. So now I'm just going to go over this. This is also from the book Talimul-Quran, 2nd edition. If a maftuh letter appears before vaw sakin, it is softly prolonged for 2 counts, seconds, or beats. So L224, do you know what a maftuh letter is?
And जिसके ऊपर फतह होती है.
Yes, that's right. So a letter carrying a fatha stroke. So L224, Jazakallah. Can I request the ST to choose another student
Yes, sure.
for the next exercise?
L240.
Walaikum assalam. So I just went over the rule for vaw leen. So I would like to request you to go through this exercise.
जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम यौमा لو حوله
Okay. So
لا
so you do know that this ha, the big ha, and this small ha, they are different, right?
Yeah.
In terms of pronunciation. So
Yeah.
this big ha comes from the middle of the throat.
Okay.
So if you
حوله
yes,
لسوف
لسوف
لسوف الموت غدوا تولوا تروا.
Okay. So I mentioned to one of the previous students as well.
Oh.
If ra carries a fatha stroke,
Mm.
how should it be pronounced?
تروا.
Okay, so I'm asking you a question.
To take it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So it should be pronounced with a thick sound. Taraw.
تروا طغوا عولا.
Okay, so both of these,
Okay.
alif with a fatha stroke followed by vaw.
Yeah.
So what is this vaw? If you can remind me.
It is a hurufali.
Yes, so it's vaw lean.
Yeah.
And then on lam, we have a vertical fatha.
Yeah.
Both of these should be prolonged for 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Equally long.
Yeah.
So you prolonged la too much and aw was a little short.
Okay.
So,
أولى
okay,
تنسون
okay.
فأوعى. I think فأوعى يوما يسقون يسقون
يسقون.
يسقون فوقهم
Okay. فوقهم.
فوقهم.
Okay, this qaf,
Yeah.
it has a thick sound, right?
Yeah.
It is one of the huruf al-tafkhim, one of the 7 thick letters.
Yeah.
So make sure that it's pronounced
Okay.
with a thick sound.
Okay.
Okay. So for Yaleen, it's the same rule. If a maftuh letter appears before Ya Sakin, it is softly prolonged for 2 counts, seconds, or beats.
Okay.
So can I request the SD to pick another student?
Yes, sure. L208.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So L208.
Yes.
I just went over the rule for Ya Leen. Can you go
Yes.
through this exercise, keeping in
Yes.
mind the rule?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حيث ليلة فكيف شهرين.
Okay, so if you can recite a little slower and then prolong it a little more. شهرين.
شهرين رأيت أتينا بيتي بين فأين غير مؤمنين كيد قريش بدين عين.
Okay, I just mentioned to one of the previous students, Ain. I mentioned that the sound comes from the middle of the throat and it's different from alif, right?
Yes.
So, Ainun, can you try?
Yes. عين.
Okay, so if you keep practicing, inshallah, it will get better. So, that's all for today's lesson. Now I will hand over to the TA, and with the TA, you can practice more, but you will just apply the rules to the Holy Quran. So,
Jazakumullah. I'll just share my screen.
yes.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So ST, may I please request you to choose a student for me?
L226.
Okay, L226, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay. So first of all, why do you think I've highlighted these two words?
They are haruf.
Yeah, go on.
So you need to prolong this letter for 2 seconds because they are followed by a fatha.
Excellent, well done. So what is this letter called?
Um,
It's wa with sukoon on it, but what is the rule that we've just learned?
the haruf al-lin.
Excellent, well done. So this letter is wa lean, okay? And this is ja lean, because the letter before them are carrying fatha, okay? So I just want you to recite the first verse, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة والكافرون هم الظالمون.
Excellent, very well done, L226. That was very well done. So just one thing is, you did prolong this. However, we have mad saghir, and we also have vertical fatha. So how long do you think we prolong vertical mad saghir for?
For 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 to 4 seconds. And how long do we prolong the vertical fatha for?
For 2 seconds.
Excellent, well done. So what we do is, because we have both of them together, we have to add each of them together. So 3 plus 2 is 5 seconds. So just make sure you prolong it for 5 seconds.
All right.
Try again.
يا أيها الذين.
Excellent, well done. Otherwise, I'm very impressed with... Sorry?
Sorry, I was just asking.
Did you say anything, L226?
Full verse.
No, it's okay. That's enough. Thank you. I was going to say, it was very impressive of how you followed every single rule. So the fatha should, you prolonged it for 1 second. Well done. You prolonged deen. Well done for that. You took care of madde saghir here, and very well done for anfiqu. You did ikhfa here, so you hid the noon. So ikhfa means to hide. So in this case, we're hiding the noon sakin sound.
Yeah.
So give me a second. Yep. So well done for doing it fine hakiki. Well done. And so what rule do you think applies here?
Here.
So we have revised 10 concepts. So what do you think
Yes.
this rule
When
is?
there is a meme shadda or noon shadda, you need to prolong it for 2 seconds with gunna sound.
Excellent. So not 2 seconds in terms of prolongation, but 2 seconds in terms of keeping the meme sound in. So well done for gunna. Yep. Gunna is the rule. So mim. Okay. So well done for that as well. Qaf is a qalqala letter here.
Yeah.
So well done for doing a jerk. Excellent. So is ba. Well done with sakoon. And qaf here is a thick letter. So we have to pronounce it as a thick letter. So well done for doing that as well. Very impressed. Jazakumullah L326. Jazakumullah. Can I have another student, please?
Yes. L201.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay, L201. Walaikum salam. Okay, before I actually get you to read, I will just mention all of these, the highlighted ones. They're all huruf-e-lin. So we have ya, ya-lin, because the letter before that, the ba, has fatha on it, fatha stroke. Same goes here, the alif before the ya, sakin, has fatha. So, so we prolong the lin letters for 2 seconds. So ya, with sakoon here, has sheen. The letter before that has fatha on top. Yeah, for hips 4, yeah, that's it. Jazakumullah. So would you please like to recite from, yeah, start from here, and this, it ends here, it's a long verse. So would you like to recite it, please?
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
Okay, Jazakumullah. That was L201, right? Yeah, okay. Jazakumullah. Just few things that for example here, yashfa'u. So every time, wherever I've highlighted here and here, you gave a lot of jerk to, so illa, you said the jerk at the end that you give is incorrect, okay? So this recite it smoothly. So yashfa'u innahu illa. So don't give a jerk at the end. So, for example, yeah, bishay'im, that was wrong. So just continuously recite it, okay?
Okay.
Other than that, what do you think is on top of alif here? What sign is this?
Mud.
Yeah, what type of mud?
Choti mud.
Yeah, but there is a proper name for this. It's not choti yet. What's proper terminology? It's either mad saghir or mad kabir. So tell me which one of them it is.
Mad saghir.
Excellent, well done. Yes, excellent, well done. So everybody remember that this thinner mud is called mad saghir, and the thick one is called mad kabir. So for example, here bimasha. So this one is called mad kabir. It's thick. That's why. Okay. So what rule do you think applies to mad saghir?
So 3 to 4 seconds.
How long do you think we have to prolong?
3 to 4 seconds.
Excellent, well done. 3 to 4 seconds. So, yeah. So what you did was you did prolong it, but you did not prolong it for long enough. It only sounded as if it had vertical fatha on it. So you only prolonged it for 2 seconds. Just make sure it's clear that we have mad saghir on top. Okay. So start from Allahu, Allahu, and then recite this word up to here.
Okay. Allahu la ilaha illahu.
Try again. Not
Allahu la ilaha illahu.
well done. Excellent. Correct this time. Just make sure every time you read it, you have to prolong the mad saghir, especially for 3 seconds. Okay. And secondly, because we're doing the work here at the end, so what happens is that the fatha is replaced by a sukoon. So when this happens, this becomes haruful mad. Okay, and you know the rule for haruful mad, which is to prolong it for how many seconds?
For 2 seconds.
Well done, 2 seconds. So start again and make sure you prolong it for 2 seconds this time.
Okay. Allahu la ilaha illahu.
Excellent, very well done. Next is what rule do we have to apply when we have meme with the tashdid on top?
You hold it for 2 seconds, nasalize it.
Excellent, well done, nasal sound. So just make sure you apply that as well, okay? Start from wala.
Okay. Wala yuhituna bi shay'in min ilmihi.
And you still didn't do the gunna properly.
ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه.
Very well done, excellent. So keep the meme sound in for 2 seconds. Well done for that, for doing that. Excellent. What do we have on top of ya? What's the sign?
Dhamma with tashdid.
Excellent, tashdid. So tashdid, whenever we have tashdid, what do we do with that letter?
We join it, the double sounds.
No, we do. We emphasize on the letter. Okay, so kursiyu. So we have to emphasize it. With the rest of the letters carrying shadda, tashdid, you did emphasize it, but here you didn't do it properly. Okay, so start from wa again, please.
Wasi'a kursiyyuhu samawati wal ard.
Excellent, very well done. Good. Another thing is ayn is another thick letter, so make sure you're pronouncing it from your throat. Wasi'a.
Wasi'a.
Okay, just make sure you practice this. And what you did here, lastly, is you said Wahuwal Aliyyul Azim. So you prolong the lam for more than 1 second. You have to prolong it for only 1 second, no longer than that. Okay.
Okay.
So try again.
Wahwal Aliyul Azim.
Make sure you're giving emphasis to ya because it has tashdid on top.
Wahwal Aliyul Azim.
Very well done. Jazakumullah L201. Jazakumullah. Can you have an student now, please?
Yes. L250.
Okay. L250. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Okay. So would you please like to recite from La Ikraha fi din, so La from here till basically one verse.
Yep. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا إكراه في الدين Can you turn the page then? Sorry,
give me a second.
Yeah. قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم.
Very well done. Excellent. That was very well read. So let me just see. I've only noted one mistake. Other than that, mashallah, your pronunciation and every single rule you've applied very correctly. So well done for that. The only thing is we have two. So we have la and we have qaf and fa. Okay. So whatever is on top is what matters. Okay.
Yep.
So think of this to be a chair.
Yep.
Wherever is on top of the chair is more important than the chair itself, right? So in this case, we have la on top.
Yep.
So la means to not stop. Okay? So just make sure you don't stop here.
Yep.
So for next time. Jazakumullah.
Jazakallah.
Jazakumullah. Now can we do time? Okay, we don't have time for the next student. But we were meant to cover Hifz 5 as well. So we'll just do that in the next class then, inshallah. This one question I just want to ask is, we have Haruful Mad. Okay, we'll do one more student then. Can we have one more student, please? I think
Yes, sure. L208.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. So would you like to recite from here till the verse ends, please?
Yes. From Allah?
Yeah, from here.
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياؤهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون.
Excellent, very well done. Sorry, can I please ask you for your ID again? I think I missed that.
L208.
Okay, very well done, L208. Excellent. Again, just the mistake is of this small where you have to work and where you don't have to work. So you didn't stop here, but you stopped at yukhrijuhum. Okay. So once you stopped here, what you had to do is go back and recite from the back, so from Allahu again, because we have la here, which means we're not meant to stop. Okay.
Yes.
If you did stop, please go back and recite from the beginning again. And one more thing is you stopped here at Ilan Nur, very rightly so, because we have small to, which means that it's advisable to stop here to do a waqf. So what then you did was you start from back again. So Ilan Nuri. So what you had to do is just simply start from Walladina. Okay, you didn't have to go back to start from Ilan Nuri again. Okay.
Yes.
But other than that, very well done. Excellent. Just one question I want to ask for everybody to think about, and I'll ask you L208, that we have haruful mad, okay, which are alif, waw, and ya, so alif, wa, ya, and we have haruful leen, ya, and wa, right?
Yes.
Both of them have a sakoon letter, a sakoon stroke on, so there's a sign on top, sakoon strike. So what's the difference between huruf al-leen and huruf al-mad?
Huruf al-leen, there's the fatha stroke in huruf al-leen.
Excellent, well done.
Yeah.
And in huruf al-mad, if we have wa sakin in and it's huruf al-mad, what would the letter before that have?
It's
So look at examples. You can see the examples here. So just find huruf al-mad.
yes.
Can you find it?
It's who?
Where is that?
Allahu la ilaha illahu.
Excellent, well done. So here, because we have to do work, we have to add a sakoon on top. So what does it have? So what does it? Why is it called haruf al-mad and not haruf al-leen?
Because here's not fatha before vaw.
Excellent, well done. So it has the on top.
Yes.
Jazakumullah L208. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah.
And then over back to our day teacher. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. So, yes, now we are going to conclude our class, and we will conclude with a summary of everything we have done so far. So, because we have already covered short vowels, long vowels, and letters of elongation at the beginning of the lesson, I would just like to ask all the students a question. What is the meaning of ghunna and what are the letters of ghunna? So in the last lesson, we did tashdid and ghunna, which means to stress, and ghunna means to make nasal sound. So the question is, what are the letters of ghunna? So if you can raise your hand, and the SD will pick one of the students.
L237.
Okay, L237.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum walaikum salam. Yes,
Okay.
are these meme gunna and noon gunna? You have to hold the gunna sound for 2 seconds.
Yes, that's right. So we have meme mushaddad and noon mushaddad, and on these two mushaddad letters we have to make a nasal sound, and that is what the word onna means. It means to sustain a nasal sound. Okay?
Yes.
So mim, in. Okay? So can I? Yes, L237, Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Yes, Jazakumullah everyone for joining today's class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.